Hey everybody, long time no see. Welcome back to the Content Stack Cast. It has been a while. We've been dealing with several personal things, and also we had a PC that almost blew up at some point. So it's been a minute since we've been able to sit down and record. But I'm Virus. I am here with Arrow, Zan, and Q. So we are here. It's been a while. The last time we all saw you guys, it was back. We were talking about SI. So that's how long it's been. We are currently,
shit.
yeah, it's been a
Right.
minute. We are currently 2 weeks into, I guess, what is considered like season 3 of all of the regional leagues. We're in stage 1 of that. It's been 2 weeks, so we've got some talk about NAL, of course, and then the only team that we really care about from EUL, which is Rogue, and then
Heyo.
some of the
Ew.
kind of standouts that we've seen in EU that are notable. What are our thoughts about EUL, since that's what we have the least to speak on?
I'm just surprised that BDS isn't performing online even now. Like I don't know what happened.
I mean, to be
I'm also
fair,
shocked they lost to M&M of all teams. Like good for them. That's a huge morale boost. Nobody expected that result.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody's expected any of BDS's results this stage.
they're sitting in third right now, so like they're not terrible, but they
No,
weren't like how they were last year, where it was
absolutely.
just
Like,
like
last year they were
BDS
very
first and then like everybody else.
It's a far cry from like the last 2 years, even.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
feel like, so I've only really been involved in Siege esports for what, like, this is the third year I've been involved.
Yeah.
But I feel like
Right.
every LAN event, every tournament regardless, all I've heard since I've started watching is that it's BDS's event. It's their event to lose. They're the favorites. And I have never seen them do well. I think with the exception of, what, Mexico, they made it to the finals? Or was it Sweden? I can't remember. Or was that even them?
No, they didn't make it to finals. They've never had like big success
Let's take a
in
look.
international play.
So that's what
Yeah.
I'm confused
Like
about.
they're not a
is-
LAN team, which is stunning.
3-4 for 6 Mexico Major,
Hmm.
7-8 for SI 2021, second 6 November 2020 Major, but that was just Europe.
Yeah, those are the mini majors. But I can't say they don't count because that's the only title that DZ has. So,
I mean,
Yep.
in terms of international play, like you would expect a lot
Yeah.
more.
well, see
And
that's
I don't know what it is exactly. I know Shaiko has been incredibly inconsistent, and everybody talks about it being the Shaiko show,
Mhm.
which I mean isn't true when you have Renshiro and Rafal to back him up constantly, and Bride is the number one player you want in a 1v4 on
Yeah.
defense. But it's just they just don't show up on land. I don't know why.
So why then, if they have this history of not showing up on LAN, why is the story every single international LAN event that it's BDS's tournament? That's what I'm confused about.
I don't know.
They show up every season in regional play, and
Except for this season, apparently.
Yeah.
well, I mean
To
they're
be
still
fair,
sitting in
nobody is showing up who should be showing up. So
We're gonna
And
talk
s-
about you in a second, G2.
third. Wow.
We have
All
to.
right. But yeah, like I think it's just because they keep performing really well. Like they always do really well. Q, I'm gonna hurt you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. Rogue is having the problem with in League of Legends. We get first around every single regular split. The minute we get to playoffs, we get third, second, and we choke in the final.
So I'm gonna stop you right there because that's a bit of a half truth.
mean-
This has been the first split where we've ever gotten first place.
No,
Mm-hmm.
we did spring of last year. I thought.
I don't believe so.
I know, like regular season, we do okay. Let me take a look, because maybe you are right. I thought there was one split we did.
Because if I remember
Regu-
correctly, the reason why it's been such a big deal is because nobody expects Rogue to ever be as far as they are. You know, like we are
Right.
the pinnacle of what it means to be an underdog story.
I'm seeing summer 2021 they placed first,
Yep. Summer.
as well as
Summer
2020
2021.
summer.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, they were
We don't like at the end of
they're
playoffs. We
always
don't finish.
podium except for Worlds.
Well,
I mean, Worlds we struggled with
Worlds
a lot.
is
Um,
Worlds is
Worlds
that's
is 'cause
still
you're
a whole
going up
nother
against
animal
all
for
the
us.
Yeah.
APAC teams.
But yeah, LEC Summer 2021 during the regular season, so not playoffs, we did have first at
Oh.
13 and 5, G2 at 12 and 6.
Hmm.
But I do see your point as well, Q. Like
I think
it's
with
there, but also
BDS is people always expect them to go really far, and that's why they're always like it's is their
it's
whatever
theirs
to
to
win because
lose.
they always perform incredibly during the regular season.
I think a part of it too is like everybody talks about G2 building the super team, which
Yeah.
didn't work. And everybody only talks about Shaiko on BDS, but the fact is like every single one of those players is incredibly talented. Like individually, all of them are clutch as shit, in the words of Pojo Man. I look at all the players on TSM the same way I kind of look at all the players on BDS, and that they are all clutch as shit. They're just not always consistent. I mean, I look at fucking TSM right now. They're the third worst rated team in the NAL.
Mhm.
Just one SI.
A lot of the really high performing SI
Yeah.
NA teams not doing well.
I mean, look at the last few international tournaments as well. Everybody who won fell off immediately. I don't know. Is it like that sort of sophomore slump thing? Is it they're too in their own head, or is it that they're just like, oh, whatever, we just won something, we're just vibing? Like we'll pick it up later in the year. Like let us blow our money first. I don't know.
It could just be also this is just stage one. We saw throughout
Yeah.
last year, everybody started kind of winding up 2 and 3.
I find it weird that some of the worst performing teams are the teams that didn't change anything.
Yep.
After
Mhm.
having good results.
Mhm.
Is it just that they're not able to adapt to the new meta? Because the meta hasn't changed that much from Thorin's inclusion, but the gameplay mechanics themselves have changed a lot.
Something that George brought up the other day because we were talking about this. He's scrimming right now, so he can't be here. But something that he brought up is with all of this new like superstar FPL level tier 3
Yeah.
players that we have, is that the game at a professional level, and this is his words, not mine. So if you're gonna come for me, it's at V_E_X_I on Twitter. That's who you need to go after. What he's saying is that at the pro level, that Siege is being played more like ranked, and the older teams with more experienced pros are having a hard time like figuring that out. And he says once they do, the Astraluses, the Beast Coasts, the X-Sets, they'll all be gone.
You can see that clear as day just by watching teams like Beast Coast playing. The way Beast Coast plays is fucking chaotic.
Oh my god.
All the time. It doesn't seem to have any rhyme or reason. Obviously there is. It's just not in that same strategic sense. They're definitely leveraging the firepower on the team.
You can't outstrat chaos.
Well, exactly. Like you look at Parabellum, they've always sort of walked a fine line between the two. They're chaotic, but in a very structured way. They rely so much on it in that they don't adapt as efficiently, and then they just get fucking slapped around, especially after losing 2 of their core players, especially one of them being one of their core entry players. It definitely hurt them for sure.
That's how Rogue and BDS have been. Well, we talked BDS. Have we talked about how Rogue has been doing?
I mean, we kind of alluded to it. Like,
I saw they won something. I don't know who they were
won
playing
today.
We won against Navi
Okay.
today.
See, Navi's actually been performing really well too. So that, I mean, good for Rogue. I mean,
Yeah.
they busted their ass at the last major. So
I think
things are on the up and up for the boys in blue.
I hope so.
obviously Rogue had the 2 people leave, and then Kanto and
Deepak.
we had them
sure.
both to sign, right?
Oh, that's true.
And Kanto, like most people know who Kanto is I'm not gonna
Yeah,
say
most people,
everybody
yeah.
because of course there's gonna be some guy who goes, "Oh yeah, I don't know who he is." I'm like, okay.
Kanto.
I had no idea who Deepak was, and I must say I was able to watch today's game a little more intensively. Somehow Rogue has always played during a meeting of mine, and like I can't
Oh, that's just
like
unfortunate.
right. It's pissed me off so many different times, but he was actually very surprising to me, like how he did for someone who maybe I should have known his name, but I didn't.
Well, he mostly played in Benelux, so if you aren't following like the
There it
nationals,
is.
you're
Okay.
you're not gonna necessarily know who he is.
Yeah, EUL is always so interesting because in NA you pretty much just have CL. With Europe, you have all these different leagues, and it's just insane trying to keep them all up. I never caught a single German league game because
I
I
stopped
couldn't
watching
I
GSA 'cause I
couldn't
saw
keep
support
up.
for it.
The only thing I know about the international regional events is that they have very pretty logos, and I own all of the pins from Koyo for them.
So
Hell
do I
yeah.
actually.
That's it. That's it. That's all I know. I even have two
Yeah.
GSA pins because they came out with two versions of it.
But yeah,
I
he's
also have them actually.
he's pleasantly surprised me. Most people knew who Kanto was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
I wasn't worried about him too much.
I was a little worried about him because it's been a while. It's been like what
It's
a year or
yeah,
two since he last played in Pro
right.
League. But like,
But if
yeah,
I
no,
had to go tier list of who I was worried about,
it would be the no name. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
especially I don't think it helps that the last time Kanto was playing professionally, he was playing on a team that wasn't super well structured.
Yeah, no,
So
that G2 roster at that time was hot dog shit.
But
like
have
it
things
had a lot of
improved at
potential
all?
individually. They
as
It
much
just
as
improved
I
a
want
little
to.
it
bit. They're
didn't pan
not
out.
quite as bad. Back
Yeah,
then,
No.
no, that was an all frag, no support
yeah,
play style team, and that
Yep.
just
Yep.
does not work.
That was some hot ass.
I mean that might work today,
right.
with how things are, but it didn't work in a meta that was so reliant on utility at the time in Intel. You know, that
Mhm.
you couldn't just walk in and gun as effectively as people are doing right now. So,
Yeah.
LMG go burr.
oh my god. It makes me so mad because I don't like using LMGs. I don't like the long reload time, but like I'm not using an LMG. I feel like I'm
Throwing.
unhandicapping myself.
Yeah.
So
And I guess that's been the nice thing as a support player is I haven't had to make that decision.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
oh, bearing 9 or the
yeah.
therms
But Bearing
gun.
9
Why
slaps though. I love the Bearing 9.
557? I
I
still been getting used to like, and this is this is 2 seasons patch ago. Ace's gun. I'm still trying to get the recoil down
yeah.
on that one,
I don't use Ace enough.
and that's my
Unfortunately.
problem. Is
Yeah.
there was a
Like,
while I was using Ace all the time. Like
yeah.
you guys remember, I was using him
Because the
all the
AK-12
time.
was so good. I mostly stick the Hibana or a Maverick if I'm
Yep.
gonna be doing any breaching. So
Plus, for a while, it felt like we as a stack were playing border constantly. I felt like we
Mhm.
didn't not play border at least 3 times a night.
Listen,
Highlight of
that's
my career.
not my fault.
No, it was just a weird thing with how it was. Like we were playing border a lot, and so
Yeah.
he was one of the better hard breaches for
Mhm.
Armory.
The joke was that it was definitely my fault that we were playing border that much.
Oh
The
no, I
joke was
100% assume responsibility as well.
It is my favorite
I see
map.
border, I try to ban everything else.
I love border. It's fun.
Can I have 2 bands?
Listen, I
Honestly.
love border. It's so much fun. It's great. And I will fight the people of Twitter when they say that border sucks. Because I want to look at them and be like, over skyscraper?
I mean, like border's super linear,
Yeah.
but I like the traditional takes for it. I like how border plays, even if it is linear. There's a couple little variations you can do, and I find it a lot of fun. You know,
Mhm.
it's like people shit on Oregon all the time, but I enjoy those traditional takes. They're fun to me. You
I
know,
like-
So
storming attic is so fun.
Yes.
Just-
so
Send a
'Cause I was
Monty,
thinking-
let me frag out behind him. It's so fun. You know, it's great.
I was thinking about the whole Oregon thing because a couple, maybe it's probably closer to a week now ago, a tweet was circling around of how old Oregon was, where you put the mute jammer on the table
Yeah,
for the hatch, and you could
Yes.
then put
Yeah.
one on the washer dryer and block the stairs.
yeah.
How much of
Yes.
people's dislike of Oregon is coming from old? It was just a random thought I had.
That's not.
I think it's
bad,
more
really.
in that it's like
Play
one
too
of
much?
3 of the oldest comp maps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So from a competitive aspect and a viewer perspective, it's stale.
Yeah.
Like I have the benefit that I didn't play for most of year 4.
Okay.
And I didn't play the game super competitively when I
Yeah.
was starting out because I didn't have a consistent team, and I had one friend who only wanted to play Glaz and nothing but Glaz and wanted to be an entry
Yeah.
frag with it. I'm like,
Yeah.
That was not me.
But-
at some point.
Yeah.
you're not entry fragging. Do it better.
Oh,
But
I
yeah.
definitely.
But yeah,
never-
it just was an
never did
interesting
that.
thought I had because that resurfaced and it reminded me of watching PL and every laundry defense, or sorry, laundry attack pretty much was the same.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. If the hatch was electrified or mute jammed, you hit the wall next to it and it opened the hatch.
Yeah.
It became very much a checklist.
Yeah, and like you can still
Um,
do shit like that in certain places too. Like you can do that on break room in
Yeah.
theme park to get
Yep.
into initiation.
Mhm.
you
Yep.
know? Fun fact for those of you who don't know that.
Siege tips.
And I
with Zan.
like those sort of things are going to become staples of certain maps. But again, like Oregon has been around since the beginning, right? And even after they reworked it, because they did that year 4,
Year 5, season
year
1.
5.
No,
Yeah.
or season 2. Was it year 5? It came with.
I think it was year
Oryx and
4 because I think it
Iana.
was already reworked when I came back for Void Edge.
Mm-mm. No, because they revealed it. I think they
came out with
revealed it
Void
at
Edge.
SI. And Void Edge
Did
was
they?
year 5. Because
Yep.
year 4 was when I started, and that was Burnt Horizon,
Maybe.
Phantom Sight.
Because I remember when I came back, it was new to me, so it was around then.
Yeah.
was Burnt
So like
Horizon,
we've still had it a
Phantom
long
Sight.
time, right?
Ember Rise.
Amber Rise, that's the one, and then Shifting Tides. I remember seeing reworked
Okay, yeah. So
Oregon.
they launched the
at
rework
SI.
with Void Edge. That's right.
So that's the only.
Yes,
one I know
because
from
that was
year
the
5.
map that they were doing the preview with Oryx on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's it. That's
that
the
was
only.
fun.
That's the only way.
When
I
me and
know
that
for
one
sure.
dude screamed, "Oh yeah!" as he
Yes.
charged through a wall.
Remember
It's crazy
it.
to think how many of us were in the same fucking room together.
hate it.
You know?
I hate it.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, I'm with Vi. I don't think it's funny. I just hate it because I'm like, really? Because then
It's
of
funny
course,
how much I hate it.
but
All of us were in the same room, but only Arrow and I met. I bullied him into being my friend.
I don't know what that's like. I wasn't there at SI. I've never been to an
Feels bad,
SI.
man.
Rip.
we will get you one.
The year I wanted to go to
Yikes.
SI, COVID happened, so that's great.
So what about NAL? What are our
I'm
thoughts
with
you. It's
about
been a bit of a-
what has
conversation.
happened?
It's been a bit of a shit fest.
Whew.
Not gonna lie, I think NAL has been just a fucking shit fest. It's been a clown fiesta.
It's been painful.
It really has.
It's been.
Literally,
It's been.
my 4 teams that I want to win anything can't. The only fucking team that can win anything
Pat.
out of those 4 is against my favorite team. Like, come on, man.
Like I think
Like, I like that we're getting a lot of new talent that are performing very well.
Yes.
I think that's cool. Just not against my team.
I dislike no longer being able to comfortably be like, yes, DZ will be in the top 4. No problem. Now I
Yeah.
sweat, and I hate that. Long gone are the
Yeah.
days that you knew for a fact that it was SSG, AUXG, TSM, and DZ as the top 4, and then the bottom 4 were like, that never changed. From like
Yeah.
Mhm.
season 11, the last season of Pro League, like you had the top 4 and you had the bottom 4. It was what at the time Rec, TSM, DZ, SSG, and then it was like EU, Sonics,
EG.
EG, and LG.
Yeah.
Yes? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's kind of crazy looking at the standings because like I do like Oxygen, but they're not like one of my top teams.
Mhm. I prefer them
but,
over
like,
most, but they're not one of my favorites.
my top 4 teams that I want to do well are literally
Mhm.
6 through 9. All 4 of them.
Yeah.
Like-
Yay.
Also,
So
the
basically-
Sonics,
They
where'd the
need to
fragging
figure
power
something-
go?
Yeah, no, they need to figure it out because
You know-
they fell off hard.
Strategically, a lot of their attacks were very linear and kind of rushed. Anyways, like they don't play for advantage consistently. They try and plant when they're down on numbers with no control. And they've been doing that since
Panic plant.
the restructure.
Mm-hmm.
But like they did so well last year.
Dude, what happened
Yeah.
to Grixer? What, he was rated top 4 in the world at SI?
Like
Mm-hmm.
I almost wonder if like all these teams that performed so well are just struggling due to pressure to keep up momentum in an
Mhm.
ever-changing like structure, because like the teams have changed so much, right? It is very frag heavy now. And you've had players like Yaga and Kino who did perform well on Oxygen jump over to a team that is just all aggro all the fucking time. And like Kino's first fucking round, he came in with ace
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
when he joined Oxygen. Like
Well, that's
Yaga was inconsistent, but like he has the mechanical ability.
Honestly, like I feel like that's like you mentioned something about like I don't remember what you mentioned actually. Now that I think about it, but I think a lot of NA's issues, and this is interregional and international play, is a
Yep.
failure to adapt.
There
It
it
feels
is.
like every play day feels the exact same, and you see the same exact shit every play day, and you hear the same exact shit. Oh, we didn't play well. Oh, we didn't play to our heart's content. Oh, this happened. Blah blah blah. But then nothing changes,
Yeah.
Mhm.
or things change for the worst. Like, you know, either with the Sonic situation, people either started to wisen up
Mm.
and learn how to play against them,
Yeah.
or
Kill Grixer.
Joe Bro leaving ruined their entire momentum
Mhm.
because no two coaches have the same play style, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or method of coaching, I should say.
Although Super also takes a lot of responsibility for the way the
Mhm.
team plays.
Yeah.
Right.
And he said himself he chose Goddess basically as Joe Bro's replacement because she knows how he wants the game to be played.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure how much of an impact that has.
I-
But I know he's not handling their performance well.
that
So-
that statement in and of itself, she knows how he wants the game to be played.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you want the game to be played.
Yeah.
You need to be able to adapt to how the game is played,
Yep.
regardless
Especially
of if it goes your way or
against-
not.
Yeah.
Against all these heavy hitters now. you know?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. It just it really feels like, you know, I feel like there needs to be more talent, more new talent, because it, you know, you see the teams that bring in fresh faces and they perform well. And it's
For the
most
because they
part.
can,
Yes.
yeah, for the most part. I mean, relatively any team that brings in new people, not old people that have been recycled through, or even things like that, teams that bring in new talent relatively perform better because it's a fresher play style.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
I agree that it does feel like I'm watching ranked whenever I watch NAL.
Mhm.
And I don't know if that's because it's become more frag heavy. I don't know if it feels like it's because teams don't like to take risks anymore, I feel, with strats. Like you
Mhm.
don't see anything fresh anymore. It's
Yeah,
all the same
that's fair.
recycled strats. just with different team colors on it. SSG was revolutionary with their what was it? Clubhouse hold.
Yep.
their
No, everyone
Clubhouse
does it.
Basement.
Rome.
Now
Yep.
everyone does it,
Yep.
and
The
nobody's
SSG
willing
Rome.
to. Yeah, nobody's willing to. I guess improve,
change.
like make changes or improve on the
Mhm.
formula. They're just
Yep.
kind of sticking to it. Like
I mean,
it's
especially
law.
if it's a tried and true thing, even when it stops working, like I know this can work. So
Mhm.
just like do the thing but better, I
Exactly, and that
guess.
doesn't always work. You know,
No.
take risks. Siege
But
is a
I-
game about risks.
How much of that boils down to repetition in and of how the game is structured? Like it's always the same maps, right?
Yeah.
Sure. I will say like it.
I think if they changed the way they choose maps too, like if instead of having to choose from the 9 maps, there were certain maps that were locked out by default
Yeah.
So
every week, that would
Didn't
force
they-
you to play things differently
Didn't
because you'd
they
have to
used to
play
do
different maps.
that?
they
Yep,
did,
in,
and that's
in
where I
PL.
was. Yeah, that's where I was about to go. Is they always did they did the map ban,
Mhm.
and whatever the team played the previous week
Would be
was banned out. And if
Yeah.
the teams played the same maps, so like i.e. like Clubhouse, they just randomly banned one.
Okay.
Like they just put them all what that'd be like 8 left.
Yeah.
In a random generator
six
and
left because we had 7 maps back
or
then.
well,
Yeah.
I was more for this
But, like,
season. You could
Oh.
like
That would work, and it would
Sorry.
also stop us getting Oregon 4 times a day.
Yes.
Yep.
You know,
He's God,
fucking
please.
tired
That's the only
of
time
Oregon.
I have like when I personally bitch about Oregon, it's because we've watched it all day.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
the
Yep.
only time I really dislike those traditional maps like Oregon and Clubhouse. I like
Yeah.
them. Chalet I hate on principle. I
love Chalet.
just dislike Chalet as a map. And then like day 2 of NAL, we watched it for like 4 out of 5 games, and I wanted to
yeah.
commit
We
fall
actually
damage.
really?
Yeah.
And it's not even
They-
like an issue
they
that's
too?
just like exclusive
so.
to NAL.
it's
EU
not.
has the same
Yeah.
issue. Let me take a look because I swear to God,
it was
I
definitely-
saw all of 3 maps all day
Really?
today for EUL.
I actually
Well, it
don't
seems
think
like
you're wrong.
the default rotation now is like you're gonna do club, then you're gonna do Oregon, then you're gonna do Chalet, and then you're just gonna keep doing it for the entire fucking season.
Mm-hmm.
I am surprised. I am pleasantly surprised with how NAL has taken to the new maps. Because I've seen them play the new maps probably more than any other region, and more
Yeah.
than I expected.
Yeah.
Which is weird because APAC usually goes in on
Yeah.
the new
I
maps
haven't
very
paid
hard.
attention to APAC.
Well, and it's
Right,
also
yeah.
a lot of the new teams with the young guns on them that are choosing
Yeah.
the maps. And I think that's
Yeah.
another reason why the older teams like TSM and DZ and Sonics might be struggling, because
Yeah.
not only do they not have VODs on these teams, but they don't even have VODs on previous iterations of those teams on these maps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, so those new teams can get away with doing their frag heavy, aggressive shit because there's no VODs. They don't need to strat or counter strat because there's no VODs. I don't
That's
know
very
much,
possible.
but that is a theory. A
So,
game theory.
Here's how maps went today in
Oh, boy.
EUL. Oregon, Bank, Cafe Dostoevsky. That was
Love
it.
that.
Previous
Yeah,
time was
that's
let me see, it was
That's a yikes.
Cafe, Clubhouse, Oregon, Cafe. Play number 3, Cafe, Bank, Border, Oregon, Cafe. It's always Oregon, Cafe, or Bank. Those are like the
Yep.
top 3 that are played. Border, Chalet, Bank, Skyscraper. That was we took BDS to Skyscraper. That's right.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Chalet, Villa,
yeah,
Bank,
last
Villa,
play day in
Clubhouse.
NAL too. We got 3 Oregons, a Chalet, and a Clubhouse.
Yeah.
I forgot we took BDS.
You know, I
this-
wonder how it would be if your map was already predetermined for you. Instead of being able to ban maps, your map changes depending on what your playday is.
sorry, I'm just trying to understand. Like Playday 1
Like
is
so,
all
basically, you would be forced to go through the whole map pool.
You would be forced to play a certain map.
But like I said, Playday 1 would be like, for example's sake, like Cafe. Playday 2, Chalet. Playday
Mhm.
3,
Not for everyone that whole day, but like
Okay.
the matchups, I think would like
Basically, you stagger them, right?
yeah, exactly.
So like if one
Okay.
team is
I guess I
playing
was
a
like,
certain
that'd
map,
be
no one
really
else
boring.
will, but somebody will get it the next day, and you just go
Mhm.
through the whole pool. That would be neat. And like then you have to learn every map, which is also kind of
You can't save strats for SI.
it also is very indicative of like who is the best all-around team,
Yeah.
right?
But I think
If
you
Also-
you
should be
can't
able to
perform on 4 out of 9 maps.
Also,
Oh.
now that we're back to best of ones, SSG is winning again. I'm just saying, maybe they're the rogue LEC of NAL.
Rude.
It's
Hey,
possible.
Anyway, sorry.
Playday 3, we actually got 4 maps. That's surprising.
Playday 1, we had Border, Skyscraper, Bank, Theme, Bank. So we had
Yeah.
all, I guess technically like the new maps, because if you include
Yeah.
Bank, like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it was.
Yeah, I think Bank
that
saw
was
more
Playday
play
2,
time
that
in the
was
qualifiers
Chalet,
than
Bank, Chalet,
else.
Villa.
Yikes.
I hate it.
I mean, I like Chalet
I
personally.
also like
Theme,
Chalet.
I like
Border,
all the vertical play that you
Oregon,
can do.
Oregon,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Villa,
But I
Oregon,
also feel like it always
Chalet,
boils down to the same
Oregon,
takes.
Oregon,
Yeah.
You know,
Clubhouse.
you
Yeah.
go below Master, or you go above Garage and take from Big Garage, or for Bar Gaming, you take all of upstairs and then work
Take
down
top floor.
and come in through the
Mhm.
window.
I think things are gonna start shaking up a lot now that they're
Mhm.
introducing new maps again.
Yes, I like
And I
new
hope-
maps.
I hope that they add Emerald Plains to a competitive pool.
I never got to play
Um,
it, so I don't know.
I haven't gotten to
Same.
play it yet.
I haven't played it yet either because I don't like the test server.
That's valid.
Yeah, I've seen a bit of gameplay on it. It seems to have a lot of like vanilla Siege map design issues.
Like what?
Like access to sites is like often very quick for attackers
Mhm.
with no way to counter it. So
Lots
think
of
like
really good
original
spawn
Chalet.
peaks.
Is that really vanilla
like-
Siege though?
I'm thinking a lot in terms of how old CC was on Clubhouse, old games on Chalet,
Yeah.
shit like that, where it's just like you walk into site basically,
Yeah.
right? And there's one specific one that I hope they fix a little bit. If you reinforce the only 2 walls to stop them from accessing site from this one room, you can't do like an over the wall C4 or impact trick or anything. The only thing you can do is walk into a doorway and contest them.
Gotcha.
Is it because
So
the
it's like-
ceiling's too high?
Because the ceiling's too low, so the
Yeah.
wall actually goes straight to the ceiling.
Like to read.
So you
I
can't
don't, I don't,
do
I don't
over, you
mind
can't-
that.
You can't do anything from below because it's a first floor site, and there's no way to contest any of the breach except a
Just-
single doorway.
Just
I
dig
don't-
a basement.
I
Yeah,
don't
we need
mind
an
that
operator who
because-
can dig.
Well, so what's the difference
A
between
shovel.
that? What's the difference between that and Garage and Chalet?
Yep.
Nothing, which is why Garage sucks. It's fun to play,
I mean,
but it sucks
granted,
from a competitive
it's
point. You know?
yeah. I mean, granted, it's not a great site to hold, but like, I don't
Adapt-
think
Adapt and
it's.
But
overcome.
there's
I think at the end of
also
the day, it's not
you,
that
you
big
do
of a
have a
deal.
drone hole that you can work with. You also have a library to contest. You also have the top main stairs window to contest. You can use a lot of utility that way. Like I've impact tricked through the drone hole a few times, so it's doable, and you don't have any of that for this one wall. So it's
It
It
basically
might be
a
better
free
that
open,
way.
which I think was a problem a lot of old sites had.
Yeah.
It's literally the only site I really looked at a lot of.
Gotcha.
So I don't.
I
know
don't think
the
it's gonna be an
best of
issue
that.
because Thatcher's banned in every match and nobody plays Cali.
Yeah, that's fair. But they're also introducing the impact EMPs now.
Supposedly.
So I mean,
They're
it's not
also
coming
introducing,
yet, but it's a thing.
like the new bandit charges mechanic.
Oh,
Yeah,
did
that's
they?
gonna be-
Is that going to the live?
Yeah, that's true.
That's in
Oh,
TS
is
right
that-
now, I think.
Fucking hate it.
Oh, which is going unlive tomorrow.
Oh, good.
So my guess is we'll hear at some point what
Yeah.
is making it. The bandit thing would be a very, I think of all the things that they suggested, I
I mean, it
think
would
that's
make
the one
Bandit a
that's
lot better.
It'd make him
Mhm.
stronger for sure because Bandit Chicken fucking blows.
Yeah,
it doesn't exist anymore.
yeah. I mean,
Well,
why Bandit Trick
it-
if you can just bring a
I-
Cade? So
Right.
Mhm.
It does. So I'll correct myself. It does exist, but it's 70 times harder than it was.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think about
Harder than
whenever
it
I
needs
started
to be.
watching Pro League, CC Ball on Club.
Oh, that's
I
that's
actually,
free. If you don't
I
have Kaid, that's free every time.
yeah.
yeah, it
It
now
doesn't
is.
matter.
When I first started watching, it was a legitimate struggle for teams to get that wall
Yeah.
open.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the best teams would sometimes not be able to open it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think at
And
this
now
point,
it's just like, it's done.
yeah, it's because the main denial operators either haven't changed or were nerfed.
Yep.
Like mute, nerfed, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's basically been okay. How do we just improve our efficiency of doing the exact same thing for every single fucking operator? You know.
Yep.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I think denial needs to change, or we need more ways to deny a wall
Mhm.
that aren't just electricity. But,
So that's why we have Ozami now, right? You just plug
yeah,
a
I
wall.
mean, it works.
I've had like round
You've
changing.
You've
Yeah,
had some crazy plays with the zombie.
Yeah.
it works if you have brain dead attackers or teammates that are able to support you while you're juggling the Azami.
Yeah.
But I've also
Like-
watched poor flanked throwing Azami charges while his teammate literally is line of sight to deny the breach and is just staring at it.
Yeah. Well, I think
and doing nothing about the breach.
I think people are still figuring out the potential
Yeah.
Mhm.
of a zombie as well. Like, Q, I'm gonna go to a round I watched you play. It was like right when a zombie came out.
Mhm.
You were playing on Canal.
Mhm.
You're in a 1v1 post plant. The guy opened up holes above you. You just
Yeah.
threw a knife above. He ended up actually being able to get you,
But
but
he had to
it
move.
was he had to
Wasn't as
move a
easy for
ton,
him.
and
Yeah.
it was like it was
I was
a
almost defusing it. Yeah.
yep.
I remember that.
It was a proof. It was a proof of concept,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? Like, sure, it didn't work,
It
but
could've.
as you refine it, as you figure it out
Yep.
more, like that's a mechanic. I'm trying to think of the right way.
No
Like,
other operator has that.
mhm.
Mhm.
It's a type of mechanic that it's not easily practiced because it's
Yep.
good. There's going to be so many different variables.
Yeah, and it either works.
It's
or it
not
doesn't,
like
you know.
it's not, and I'll throw myself under the bus for this. Like, it's not a hard breacher's job. Like, you just put shit on a wall, you blow it up, and you know
No
you get a
brain
gold.
hard
You get a
energy.
yeah, you get a gold star for the attacking round, and
Yeah.
okay, next.
Did you breach on the site? Good job. Here you go. Job
Yeah,
done.
exactly.
Lucky.
Sticker.
But with the zombie, it's like, you could be throwing a knife here or there, or like how you had to do it above you, and it's like
Yeah.
that's
Azami's an op very much in the vein of Smoke and Tachanka, where it's better if you are able to survive long enough
Yeah.
to make
For-
an effective use out of your
you-
kunai.
Yeah,
Yep.
like making a death trap of walls is definitely like a good pocket strat, but it's not where she excels, you know.
No.
yeah.
And I've had issues like I
I
had
remember that clip.
what's it called? I was playing on
Good
Chalet
clip.
with some friends casually. This was quick play. They had secure area turned on.
I'm so sorry.
My
no.
deepest condolences.
Oh
they
my
were-
god.
I will order flowers to your
Fireplace.
address.
Thank you. Fireplace
Oh my
on
God.
Chalet.
That's a
And the
site.
Azami had actually boxed themselves into a corner on site. So it was near
It just-
impossible.
It
to
just kept
kill
saying
her.
contested.
It
I
just
mean-
kept saying contested.
Throw a single frag.
That's so.
That's it.
If you have frags,
Yeah, you got
Then
it. It's
punch it.
casual.
it's
Punch the
casual.
shit out of it, you know?
Oh my
Ugh,
god, that's
You know,
beautiful.
that's hilarious.
I
But
love
like, there's
that.
things like that where like you really wanted to, you could
Yeah.
fuck with attackers hard.
Oh
You
yeah.
could change it. It's she's an architect, much like
Yep.
Castle
Yeah.
and Aruni.
Just less so while also more so.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm. More
she
so
can
in the
add, but
standpoint they
also
can go
take away.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Which is
Mhm.
weird.
Just they're very fragile as well, right?
Mhm.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But like,
But the trade-off is you can literally put them anywhere. Whereas like a
Exactly.
castle's more durable, you
Yeah.
can only put it in certain locations.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
You know, it's a
I've
trade-off.
seen some Azamis use their kunai as cover while diffusing.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
And I think that's going to be
And it
one of the
works.
places where, when the quarantine period ends, where we're going to see her in Pro League a ton.
Well,
Is
it's the reverse of a Monty plant, right?
Yeah.
just have Monty sit in a corner,
Yeah. But
which is an
I
interesting point. Yeah.
you can also bully Monty really well with it. I don't know if you saw the Macy clip
Yes,
when
where
she
they-
first dropped.
Yep. They
Trying
locked
to
him away
remember.
from his teammates,
Yeah.
and then they just bullied him in a
Yeah,
corner.
I'm never playing Monty again.
Oh, no.
It
That
was
one
so
clip.
good. It was so good.
Yeah, I
Just
don't
like
ever want
how
to be in that
I
situation.
hope you
I
never
can hear
play
myself
Nomad against me.
screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't play Nomad much anymore, and it hurts
And
my
I'm
soul.
I'm thankful because I don't have to
Yeah.
deal with you playing Nomad anymore.
That's fair. I mean, that was
That
only
was
one
the-
time at least.
Yeah, that was the worst though.
Yeah. Although the new Nomad and Oryx change, that shit's nuts. I don't know if you've actually seen it in practice.
Mm-mm.
Honestly,
If you
I'm
decide
not
to
even
go
gonna lie, I
prone,
don't.
Off of the impact, you get your gun
get
up
your-
so fucking fast. Oryx doesn't even have time to get his gun up before you're prone and shooting. It's ridiculous.
Uh-oh.
So
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a little bit
Skedios.
broken. They're gonna have to change that.
Yeah.
Like,
They're probably gonna
Yeah.
tweak it a little bit.
Generally, you're not going to be Oryx dashing people unless it's a shield, so a little bit less risk because pistols.
Listen.
But
Listen. That's the only thing that Oryx is fun for, sir.
yeah,
Knocking
absolutely.
people on their asses.
which is why I don't play Oryx except in like a 3-0 situation. Because,
mean,
whatever.
Oryx.
I'm gonna die,
has-
so
It's valid.
Oryx has some fun roam
Oh, yeah.
potential.
He
on the
does.
right maps
I was just
for sure.
Yes,
He got
I was.
hops, dude.
I was being facetious.
But
I mean, you're
uh,
not wrong. I mean, that's
like
the-
it's gonna be less punishing for Nomad with this change.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
Like if you're watching for the air jab, it's not going to change much.
But if you're caught off
If you're
guard-
not watching, I mean, you still get the intel, and you prevent run out being
Mhm.
immediately successful.
yeah.
But it's going to be interesting.
I feel like a way they can balance it, at least like keep Nomad wherever. You're not gonna Nomad people point blank. At least you shouldn't.
Yeah,
But for Oryx, have the time to pull your gun back be the same
yeah,
for both you and the person that you're going up against and smacking down.
yeah.
So
I'm
that
going
it
to see if I can
becomes a
find it. I
game
think
of
it was
skill
I
and
think flanked
crosshair
posted it.
placement as opposed to
Flanked plays a lot of Oryx.
he does.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, big Oryx man. Been
It's
knocking on him
he's
butt.
a lot of fun to play. But like I will very rarely, unless like Zan said, it's like 3-0, 2-0, something like that, and I'm like, okay, we can have a little bit of fun here.
He's
But-
definitely one of those like niche operators
Oh yeah,
like Callie, but Callie's niche
Yeah.
is the garbage can.
I only use Callie for
Ooh.
the gadget and sidearm.
She pretty.
Who did I
though.
see recently essentially say that to give her a new primary?
I mean, I agree.
Flanked?
I
Flanked
think
said
That's who it
something
was.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think what they should give her is the cameras. Buck's DMR.
And Buck's
A,
other
because
gun.
Ooh.
Buck's weapons are already designed for an underbarrel attachment.
Yeah,
And B, she has an automatic she has an auto pistol. You
Yep.
don't need a primary that's a
Auto.
machine gun. You know.
So you're saying just get rid of the bolt action entirely, or give people
No,
the
keep
choice?
it. Give people a choice.
Okay.
Because
okay.
I will say,
Her sniper's
Callie-
fun.
her sniper has, again, she's very niche. There
Yep.
are certain sites where her sniper is good on. CCTV in Clubhouse is the best example I can think of where
Yeah.
her sniper is pretty decent because you can hold long angles.
Yep.
The issue with it is that you put a sniper in a CQC based game,
Yeah.
Yep.
which is why like Glaz is fine because at the end of the day, his rifle is a DMR, not
Yep.
a 12 times magnification scope looking motherfucker. You know?
Yeah. Like Callie is good for covering post plant
Yep.
and not much else.
Exactly. Depending on the site too. I will
Yeah.
say like her denial is on par with Thatcher, but nobody brings her because you get the
Because-
wall open.
I
and
wouldn't
then
even
you're
say it's on
useless.
par because you can take that charge while tricking and it's fine. Whereas Thatcher is gonna make your life a living hell just based on the fact that you can't really juggle a Thatcher that's timed properly.
You can't juggle a Callie that's timed properly either.
But
Yeah.
by the time they've charged up another one, you can already have it off the wall and put it back down. Or you're going to take a hell of a lot of damage, but they're going to catch you in the animation putting something else down. It does fuck with Cade because of the charge time,
Yeah.
I
but
think
less so a mutant, a bandit for sure.
I think the thing about it, and the reason why I say it's on par, is because yes, juggle time is, gonna be better when you're up against a Callie than a Thatcher. But Thatcher
So-
doesn't destroy things anymore.
Yeah.
Callie does. And
Yeah.
Callie can be used for a lot more than just wall denial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She can break down shields. She can break down mind
Oh, yeah,
cams.
that's what I use Callie for mostly. Like generally just go below to clear utility. You don't need to waste a gadget on it.
Mm.
Especially if like you have somebody who's quick with a drone, just find the utility and do the thing from below or above, whatever. I don't know. I agree though, especially because Buck's weapons are already designed for an underbarrel.
Mhm.
I also think the cameras doesn't really see any use
No.
because the C8 is so good.
I used to whenever I first started playing, I'd play Buck a lot
Yeah.
because I really enjoyed that gun.
I wanted to play a lot of Buck when I was when he first released.
Yeah.
But my buddy played him like habitually because of the underbarrel shotgun.
Yeah.
And it was so good as a weapon, but then they nerfed it and made it more of like a breaching tool. And like they found a middle ground since, but when I came to PC, I very quickly just started playing almost only Buck.
Yep.
Mhm.
Just because the C8 feels so good, he has breaching utility. He had fucking
Had nades.
extra utility.
Frags.
Yeah.
Rip.
He was just so
DC
much
was
fun
a
to
monster
play.
on Buck frags.
I
think-
miss my boy.
Just realized, but a funny thing is when I met you guys, my mains changed drastically because I was a lot more in a flex position,
Mhm.
Hey,
and then
hey,
and then
Arrow.
the
Tell
old
me-
fart shows up, and I'm a support player now.
Hey, Arrow, tell me what elite skin you bought the week before we started playing together.
Nope,
Share with the class.
it hurts. No,
Legion.
it hurts me too much. Yep.
Yeah.
I
I
just
got the
glad-
Legion Elite too though.
Also,
And I don't. That's what's fucking funny.
But
Arrow, just be glad that you bought an elite for someone that you can only play once in a blue moon and not Blackbeard.
fair.
That's true.
That's true.
If I ever pull,
you
if I
can't
ever
hide
pull
your
Blackbeard
shame.
out,
No, I
Vexy
was
will
going
actually
down-
show up to
I
my
was going down
house.
a very dark path, and I bought Blackbeard elite.
It's
mean, he
not
looks
even like
cool.
a really, but the animation is so.
Yeah.
Come on, here,
I mean,
suck-
that's how I feel about Vigil's
What?
animation though.
What? No. I'm gonna cancel you for this.
I
Visual
don't like it.
Animation is top tier.
I don't like it.
It is top tier.
I have to agree
I-
with Q on this one. I really like Vigil's animation.
I
It is
I
probably
don't
one of
remember
the
it.
best animations that they've
It
added
just
for an
doesn't
elite
fit his character, and I don't
and
like that.
Dokkaebi dancing does.
It fits her personality, but it's stupid, and I hate it too.
Okay, hold up. What personality have you seen?
That she tries to act like the young, smart one,
When
trying to be.
are we
hit.
watching like two different cinematic universes here?
That was in the
The
original
Siege.
Psych report. Was
Yeah,
that?
the one where
she-
she's got the
yeah.
overalls and one of them's hanging down.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about any.
She was very pretty.
Oh, that's the
video?
animation.
Is this the gay
but
one?
like, I also hate that animation.
Oh.
I also hate
It's
Smoke's
a-
animation. As a Smoke main, that hurts me to say.
You hate Smoke's
Um,
animation.
You don't like
I-
Smokes? All right, but I'm
No.
moving from
okay,
a.
so
I also don't like his
neutral.
elite.
Let's back up a little bit. What is your favorite elite animation?
Glaz.
Of
My
course.
favorite elite animation? Honestly, I don't like most of them.
You
Alright.
have to pick one. I'm not asking you if you don't like any of them. I'm asking you what is your favorite elite animation?
I'd
What
have
is
to
your
say
least
Nomads.
favorite?
Probably is my favorite.
Okay.
Nomads.
It fits her lore, and it's also very Uncharted,
The
which is
lore.
big ups.
If
Okay.
we're going
Um,
on lore, can you explain to me why Elysian has this sci-fi super tech?
Oh, I fucking hate that.
It's so stupid.
I hate
I'm
it.
like, that's why I don't have his elite, because
Yeah.
I think it's stupid.
No,
the
that one's a little
gear
rough.
looks cool.
I would
but
because it's
I-
just kind of funny to like
you know.
have Legion running around in like dad shorts.
I-
I bought it for the meme. I'm 100% honest. I
That's-
bought it for the meme.
I also don't like Monty's elite because it's just
RoboCop.
yeah. Like especially the animations, like where the fuck is Goku coming from? What the fuck, dude?
I hadn't thought about it that way.
Goku?
Yeah, because he's like blocking a fucking beam, right?
Yeah.
The first time I saw it, I was like, oh, that's the Kamehameha. That's
Oh, nah, it's
Toriyama approves.
it's that's the next operator. Little did you
Goku?
know.
Sick.
Yeah, that's it.
Just a giant energy wave just goes fucking through sight.
Yeah,
Um,
that's it.
Goku doesn't
No,
even
but,
have
like,
fucking weapons.
the vast
Just Eldritch
majority
Blast.
of MVP animations, I just don't like. The more vanilla they are, the more I like them.
That's why.
Please get rid of the god awful music at extremely high decibels for
The Doc Elite has
Like,
entered the chat.
Doc, Mira,
Mira.
Twitch.
Iris.
I don't find Twitch's to be as obnoxious as
It's not.
Fuses or
I've never
Doc.
seen
Funk is-
fuses in game.
I have.
I've only seen
It's
it like
loud.
in a GIF format.
It's loud.
I've never seen somebody MVP as fuse. So
It's very loud.
I mean, it's a very rare occasion you see a few of them just because of
Yeah.
like, you know,
Well,
like
ops.
I'll run
We don't
Habana
play
Elite
enough casual
and
for that.
Therm Elite, but it's like when am I top fragging half the time? So
Frequently.
no,
More often than you think.
I think
fair.
if I am, typically we lose.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, that's
Like-
valid.
that's fair. That's a fair
Like
point.
I understand. I think where you're coming from,
Mhm.
but understand if I'm top fragging, something's possibly wrong.
That means Vexy and I aren't doing what we're needing to do.
Hugh,
That's
now
fair.
that you said it, I feel less bad saying it because I
That's
didn't
fair.
want to throw you under the bus.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean,
If I'm
it's
top fragging, it's because Q's dog shit.
Yeah.
it's.
Well, now this Dan said it.
But you're
No.
not incorrect. Even if you're not top fragging era, you still bring so
Right.
much to the team.
And
Like,
that's-
you are probably one of the best flex support players that I've had the honor of playing with, and I will take
Which-
that to
yeah,
my
that's
grave.
fair.
Like both you and Virus have been
I gotta
improving
mention.
every month.
Mhm. Which I,
You know,
which is just gonna go downhill when I move. So
All I
No,
We're
want.
gonna
I
go
don't
right-
think it will. Because
But-
Honestly, though, with how hard Arrow works to get those walls open, I feel so bad that we always kill everybody on the last second of the plant.
Yeah.
Man
Right.
needs his points.
how
Dude.
many times do I get like a second away from the plant? and it's like-
Every single time.
You're
or
like, plants
how many
down.
times- I like look down to start the plant, and it just like the case hasn't
drops
even came out
diffuser.
of my pocket or anything. Or yes, it drops a diffuser. I'm
I
just
was,
staring down, looking at it.
I've been observing Arrow a couple times where it like he goes to play it and it just like stops. and you just see like his character model is just staring at the ground, kind of like with Arms of the Angel playing in the background, you know, like.
I've seen a few times where the plant is actually done, but they haven't stood back up yet, so it hasn't counted it as planted, and the round ends. And I literally want to cry every single time.
But
It's
Or
just a
rats.
part of Arrow's life now.
It really
No?
is.
that's all right.
I
But
mean, I will say this: I don't think I know myself. I probably wouldn't be able to get the frags that I do without you guys. Honestly.
which it's just, I think, a testament to how well we work together.
No, absolutely.
You know,
I make
like,
call outs because I die a lot.
yep.
Yeah, but when you're feeling your crosshair placement,
Oh
Yeah.
my, there's no beating you.
you need to. If I may make a suggestion, your clutch factor could use some work,
Yes.
but when you hit your shots, you hit your shots,
Ye-
Facts.
and nobody can take that away from you.
I'm fairly certain Virus has a higher headshot percentage than me.
I'm fairly certain she has probably the highest one. of
Probably
the-
higher than all of us. Like,
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, this is happening.
yeah.
When I got my end of the year Siege recap, I was in like the top 8% for headshot ratio.
Like my headshot percentage went up quite a bit the last 2 seasons. But
Yeah.
Also, there's a headshot
Nothing
challenge
like
going
Virus.
on right now to get fucking aim lab
Ugh.
skin, and I need to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know how much longer we have on that.
I think it just started.
Did it just start? Okay, I thought it started
I
last
saw-
week.
I
I was
saw-
panicking.
I saw ads over the weekend.
Can
for
you?
it.
Oh, okay. I found my headshot shot percentage, and it's actually terrible. Not that I'm
Are
surprised.
you on R6 tab?
R6 tracker.
yeah, Virus is almost at a 50% headshot ratio. That's insane.
I'm at a 40.2.
My
It's
headshot
the first
accuracy
one.
is 0.41.
So you and I are
Virus is
actually really close.
Most
down
of my
to
headshots, and I will own
38.
up to this fact. Most of my headshots are due to weapon kick up.
Same.
I don't aim for the head. I aim center of mass.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Well,
And
we've all
I'm
seen what
pretty
happens
close.
when I try to go for getting a headshot. I outline the person's head.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
What
I
a
over
pretty
aim
crown.
and overcorrect.
Insert
I will say
cafe
my general
clip here.
KD, my KD is probably one of the, aside from Vexy, I feel like my general KD is probably highest one here at this current members.
bad.
Actually, let me see what
Oh.
Vexy's is.
Most definitely. The guns I aim for the head the most with are the low ammo count ones.
You have a
And
better
it
KD than
shows.
Vexy does.
What's yours?
My general KD is 1.47. My overall
Yes,
rank
so mine's half that.
my KD, my ranked KD is 1.3, casual KD is 1.58, unranked KD is 1.54, but my win rate is where it gets bad. my win rate is 0.5. So,
Casual is 0.89, unranked 7.3, and ranked is 6.3.
Yeah, my
Close to
overall is 1.09, which, considering
That's pretty good.
Siege is the first game I ever played on PC, that's not bad. Like, I worked my way up considerably in like that first season.
I feel like this game has not updated my hours played on certain op.
Oh,
Probably
probably not.
Ooh, ooh,
My
ooh.
most kills is still the ARX.
Let's see.
Yeah. Is that the weapons?
Sorry, Arrow. Yeah.
What?
My most, okay, so can anyone here guess what weapon has my most amount of kills?
It's probably gonna be something bullshit like Blackbeard's gun.
Wait, how do you see that? Hold up.
Yeah, there's a weapons
Yeah,
selection.
there's weapons on.
Top,
I'm on
all seasonal
Tapwire.
seasons map, operators, weapons, queued with, MMR logs, matches daily.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on R6 tab.
Yeah.
Why do I have
Tracker.
2,000 profile visits?
Somebody thinks
People think you're
Sorry.
sus.
No, they
haven't-
probably think I'm bad and they want to know why they died to me. I also think that it's not updated my hours played because
Oh,
I swear
I
I've been
can-
at 220 hours with Legion for like
Yeah.
a year now.
Oh, no.
Oh,
It
weapons.
hasn't actually updated anything in the last little while for me, actually. Yeah.
But yeah, I think we can guess what mine is. Weapon wise.
Guess what mine
The-
is?
It's definitely not with Thermite. There's no
Yeah,
way.
no, it's not Thermite's
Step-
weapon.
Right, yeah.
Guess what mine is?
Is it Legion's weapon?
It
Yeah.
is. I have 2,353 kills on it. My second most kill gun is the FMG9, obviously, with
Shit.
1225. Almost half.
I have no idea when the last time this shit updated because I don't
Yeah,
feel like this is correct at all.
the gun.
Even
My
the
second doesn't. My second
Apparently, I
doesn't
play
make
more
sense.
Jaeger than Smoke now.
Whack.
No,
That doesn't sound right.
No, it hasn't updated in forever.
for mine it still says Thatcher's above Ace and Habana for me. I had to give you context. I haven't played Thatcher since playing with you guys,
That's weird.
which was
Yeah.
March of 2020.
So let's see. My most killed with weapon is the MPX.
I'm curious, what's mine?
I have no, that's the weapon that I've gotten the most kills with. Is the
Oh.
MPX.
My headshot ratio
Yeah, I mean,
on
you're-
most guns is
you're a
around
gremlin.
50.
So
Wait, say what, Zan?
you're a fucking gremlin on the Valk, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Right, okay, so like that's why you should ban Valkyrie whenever
Yeah.
you're playing against me
Yeah.
because I don't do like run out shit or anything
Nope.
like that.
I
with
played-
Valkyrie Scam, but
Yeah.
I'm really good with the MPX.
the MPX is number 3 on my list.
I've got mine goes MPX, MP5, and then the M762, which was
That's my third.
Yeah, that's my third as well.
nerf.
What is it? Oh, is that
That's Zoph.
Zophs?
Yeah,
Right.
so
yeah.
Zoph's AR.
Yeah, mine
I've
goes-
died to the MP5 the most though. And
My-
then I've died to the 416C and then the R4C.
Let's see, what have I died the most to? I
Let's
have
see what mine
died
is.
the most to the MP5.
MP5.
Yep.
Same.
See, my
Yeah.
my top 5 guns are the T5, the SMG9, the M762, LMGE, and the OTS-03.
Nice.
The fuck's
It
the
shows
OTS?
that's
Oh, that's
Glaz's gun.
Glasses. That's
Right, right.
Glasses DMR.
Shows
That's
you
right.
how diverse my operator lineup is, considering I don't play Glaz on PC.
So if we're
anymore.
doing top 556, the L85,
Nobody would have surprised.
MPX,
A little
all the
surprised.
556, and then the AK12, which is
Yeah, checks
crazy that the
The
AK12
MPX is an outlier, but like checks out. I've seen you play a lot
Mute
of
is Mute. Oh, sorry, the MPX. Yes, Valk I'll play a lot, but especially with who I used to play with before.
Valk. Yeah.
Mhm.
Valk's kind of the only op that has semi blurred the lines between who I used to play with and you guys.
Hmm.
All the other ones, like, I don't play as often anymore. So like
Yeah.
Thatcher, I did Mute a lot, which I
What?
kind of do still do with you guys.
If you're not playing Mute, I usually am. So
Yeah,
I
and that's the
can
thing.
tend to fill. You guys want to know a
Okay,
really fun
cool.
fact that I'm also really sad about?
What?
I
I
might
never
be the
finished. I never finished my ranked placements for Crimson Heist, but I had a ranked KD of 2.71.
Oh my god.
what?
Yeah.
you would have gotten stat banned if you finished placements.
I went from
Yeah,
that to
honestly.
Oh, I mean that's out of 8 matches.
That's not even like 1 or 2. That's
Like, I was
consistent.
top. Yeah, I was consistent. I mean, right now my rank KD is 1.23.
Yeah, the last 3 seasons, actually the last 4 seasons, I played really, really well. Like some of the best Siege I've ever played in ranked,
Mhm.
and I was the only one doing that. I'm like, well, okay. So I have not had a good win record, but I've always done everything I fucking can to win, and
Yeah.
always end up in a 1v4 or a 1v3. It's like
Yeah.
the SMG11 only has so many bullets, so
True.
I think that's how
Yeah.
like you and I get left in some situations like that.
Yeah.
Like
well, especially if I'm playing the smoke, because I don't try and play super aggro except on elbow, because it's so fun. It's so fun to play aggro on elbow.
I take smoke FMG.
Could not be me. I will swing for the heavens with that fucking shotgun on elbow. I
No, I'm not
don't
gonna
give a
cut
fuck.
myself like
The
you
that.
have to
peekaboo spot.
believe in the shotgun. You have to believe in the
Peekaboo
shotgun.
spot. Zan's peekaboo corner.
Peekaboo spot, man. And if it doesn't work the first round, I'm getting a second shield so I can play close and fall back. You don't
Pop,
expect it.
pop goes the weasel, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It
But,
really
yeah,
is.
Especially at the end of last season, I had like 4 or 5 games back to back where I played the best smoke of my life. Consistent 4Ks, and just I
Like-
can't get that last one, you know?
Yeah, and I think to kind
Just
of
hit your shots forehead.
go a little a little
Gotta
off of
run a
where
little
we're going,
faster.
where we have been. One of the things I've really enjoyed about having deathmatch is, so one of the big things is, I am very a hard support on attack, and I
Mhm.
kind of move to a flex and defense.
Mhm.
The reason for that is I'm a liability with the
Shotguns.
SMG-11
Oh, SMG-11.
and a shotgun.
Oh.
Mhm.
But
I like
I
how I
have a
just called
lot
you
more.
shit on something you weren't intending to call yourself.
I'm more comfortable with the shotgun. The problem is it doesn't shoot someone across the map.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Well,
That's my problem with it too. If your
Unless it's
weapon's
shooting
powered
at
by
you,
If-
then it should
exactly.
hit at
Yeah,
any
exactly.
Yeah.
distance.
But
Some of those
with-
one taps. whew.
But like with deathmatch, I can just go in, be smoke, or mute or
Yep.
someone,
And just practice.
and just run SMG-11.
Mhm.
Like,
It's
granted,
one of the best
I'm
ways to practice a weapon, unless
Yep.
it's the
And-
M762. There's no practicing that weapon.
Listen, I'm
No.
trying, and it's making me want to cry.
It's horrible, isn't it?
Dude,
it's
it's
not
just-
fun.
like
They fucked it so hard.
Where's-
it's unusable.
so I haven't-
It's unusable. It's unusable.
I haven't used the gun because
It's
me.
unusable.
Use
You
it
Um,
can't
next time you
use
go into
it.
deathmatch. Next time you go into
Is
deathmatch,
it
use it.
is it worse than when they originally nerfed the
R4C? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
infinitely. I never had an
They
issue
made
with
it-
the R4C nerf.
It's worse than the Ace nerf.
Oh yikes!
Like,
Well, I mean,
it's
I know that
it's-
doesn't take much.
Not the initial kick.
noticeable.
Yes.
Not the initial kick.
But
The
it
The initial AK-12 kick scares me.
Same.
it's fair.
It's just that first bullet, you're like halfway down the mouse pad, and then it's okay.
You're looking directly at your target, and the next you do
Yeah.
the initial kick, you're at the ceiling
But
now.
the
Like-
M762 is like consistently bad, and then it decides to do this.
I will have to
Wait,
look
the
this.
M762.
I'm gonna go into a
Yeah.
custom after
Yeah, no,
this,
it-
and I'm
it-
gonna
it-
look.
It doesn't kick up. It kicks like diagonally and then just
Yeah, like,
continues. to ping
It
pong up.
has significant vertical recoil, but it's controllable. And then, like,
Oh.
what is it? Halfway through the mag, they decide they just want to do a little
I
zigzag for
don't
fun.
even
Hello,
think it's
whoops.
halfway. I don't even think it's halfway. From the get go, if I hold down M1 and empty a mag out, I can't control it to save my fucking life.
Wow.
Like, and that's one of the weapons that I struggle the most with. I actually also struggle with the C8.
I love
Admittedly,
the C8.
the
I've played
initial
so much of it though.
the initial kick of the C8 throws me for a loop
Yeah, it's down and left.
because it's so aggressive.
It is, but
Um,
like you go down left and then correct a bit to the right, about halfway. It smooths itself.
I don't want to do
out.
that.
I've
I like to play my
done
pea shooter MPX with
so-
no recoil.
so many T
Me
hunts
with the
with
SVG9.
the C8 just shooting a
Right.
wall just to get that shit down. So
Well, I think one of my favorite things to do with Valk that just it will surprise people is if I play Villa and they leave Valk open,
Mhm.
is I will just pre-place a C4 under study, have a cam in there, just wait. Two people
freebie.
seem to always enter
Freebie.
study at the same time. Click the
Yeah.
C4.
I can't
You've
say
at
I've
least
ever
got-
had that luck.
That's why I always drone through art before I drone study.
Which
single
then
time.
it's like a one-off where it like
Yeah.
works once, maybe you make
Oh, yeah,
it
you're not
the
gonna get it two
second
in a row.
time. Yeah. Unless the stack is just really
yeah.
like they're like, no, we got this time. Runs through, explodes again. You don't get them all three.
I saw-
defenses.
So speaking of pre-play C4s, I saw the biggest brain Mira strat where they baited.
Do tell.
So they had it was they were on coastline and it was a penthouse defense.
Mhm.
And they had a Mira looking
Yeah.
into VIP and they had a pre-play C4 on the cart entertainment box or cart
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
They had a pre-play C4 on like underneath it or like in a place where you can't plainly see it. And they had like I said, they had the mirror window looking into VIP and they baited, I think it was a sledge to come and break the mirror window because you can break the mirror window now and not prevent them from seeing. And as soon as they
Mhm.
came up and smashed it, got their ass blown up.
Amazing.
But I'm sitting here thinking like, you could pre-place the C4 underneath, and then
Yeah.
try to bait out a response like that,
Yeah.
and then just blow it.
That's one of my favorite things about C4 is like most of my C4 kills, if I had like if there's a stat that said how many, and I was able to like go back and look, probably at more than half are going to be pre-plays. It's not me just chucking it.
Oregon big window is a death sentence because of it.
Yeah, which that I love just sitting down in the room.
Yeah. Just play the
Well-
freezer stairs and wait. You're gonna
Yep.
get one almost every.
Like
On
it's
that
just
note, though, I will be right back.
We're a bit over an hour, so we can wrap this up so we can go put our money where our recoil control mouths are and play some Siege. So that's what I'm thinking. So, thank you everybody for listening. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. Leave a like and subscribe. Make sure you hang out with us on Spotify. Hopefully, we will be back on a more regular schedule for you guys. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out. Bye.